Have you ever looked up at a stormy sky, seen a flash of lightning, and felt a sense of awe and wonder? What if I told you that for centuries, people across North America saw more than just a storm? They saw the awakening of a mighty spirit, a divine guardian of the skies. Today, we journey back in time to uncover the origins of one of the most powerful and majestic figures in mythology, the Thunderbird. Long before written history, in the heartlands of North America, indigenous peoples gazed upon the immense, roiling clouds of a gathering storm and saw the shape of a colossal bird. This wasn't just any bird, it was a being of immense power, a spirit whose very presence commanded the heavens. This was the first stirring of the Thunderbird legend, an oral tradition passed down through countless generations. The stories varied from tribe to tribe, but the core essence remained the same: a great, supernatural bird responsible for the dramatic phenomena of the sky. But where did this incredible story begin? While it's difficult to pinpoint a single origin, the belief in a giant, thunder-making bird is found across numerous Native American cultures, particularly among the tribes of the Pacific Northwest, the Great Lakes, and the Plains. Peoples like the Kwakwak, the Ojibwe, and the Lakota each have their own rich and detailed accounts of this sky spirit. For them, the Thunderbird was not merely a symbol of the storm, it was the storm itself. The thunder we hear, that was the sound of its massive wings beating against the air. The lightning that splits the sky, those were flashes from its eyes or sparks from its talons as it hunted its prey. Imagine living in a world where the weather wasn't just a meteorological event, but a direct expression of a divine being's mood and actions. This connection between the Thunderbird and the forces of nature, thunder, lightning, and life-giving rain, was fundamental. The Thunderbird wasn't seen as a malevolent force. On the contrary, it was often viewed as a powerful, albeit fearsome, protector. The rain that followed the thunder was a gift, nourishing the earth and allowing crops to grow. In this way, the Thunderbird was a creator and a sustainer of life, a vital part of the natural cycle. It brought the cleansing storms that washed the world anew. For the tribes who first spoke of this great sky spirit, the Thunderbird was a central figure in their cosmology. The Lakota, for example, tell stories of the Wakiya, sacred winged beings that live in the western clouds. They are seen as spiritual warriors, fighting against the malevolent water spirits and protecting humanity from danger. These tales weren't just folklore, they were a way of understanding the world, explaining the seemingly chaotic and unpredictable nature of storms. When a tornado threatened, it was a battle between the Thunderbird and its enemies. When a drought ended with a sudden downpour, it was the Thunderbird showing its favor. This brings us to the powerful symbolism of the Thunderbird. Across many cultures, it stands as a symbol of immense power, strength, and protection. Carvings of the Thunderbird on totem poles in the Pacific Northwest aren't just decorative. They are declarations of lineage, power, and spiritual guardianship. A family with a Thunderbird crest was believed to be under its divine protection. These weren't just legends, they were living beliefs that shaped social structures and spiritual practices. The bird was a conduit between the earthly realm and the spirit world, a bridge to the divine. As a divine guardian, the Thunderbird's role was paramount. It was a gatekeeper, a force that maintained balance. Stories often depict the Thunderbird as a benevolent being, intervening to save people from monsters or natural disasters. In one famous Kwakwak legend, a Thunderbird helps a hero defeat a great sea serpent, saving an entire village. These narratives reinforce the idea that even in the face of nature's most terrifying displays, there was a protective force at work, a guardian watching over humanity. The Thunderbird was a reminder that power could be used for good, and that the universe, while sometimes chaotic, had a protective order. So, how did this powerful legend shape early beliefs about storms? It transformed them from random, terrifying events into meaningful, spiritual dramas. A thunderstorm was no longer just a dangerous weather pattern. It was a cosmic event, a visible manifestation of the spirit world's power. This perspective offered comfort and explanation. It gave people a way to relate to the powerful forces around them, to see purpose and intention behind the flash of lightning and the roar of thunder. The Thunderbird gave a face to the formless power of the storm, making the universe feel less arbitrary and more like a place where spirits and humans coexisted. It was a way of making sense of the world, woven into the very fabric of daily life and spiritual belief. The Thunderbird wasn't always a solitary figure. In many traditions, it had a counterpart, an underwater panther or serpent, representing the powers of the underworld and the waters. The eternal conflict between these two forces, the sky and the water, the upper world and the lower world, represented the fundamental dualities of existence, creation and destruction, life and death, order and chaos. The storms were the battleground, and humanity was often caught in the middle, looking to the Thunderbird as its champion and protector. This dynamic added incredible depths to the mythology, creating a rich tapestry of stories that explained the very nature of the cosmos. The legacy of the Thunderbird endures to this day. Its image is a powerful and recognizable symbol, appearing in art, literature, and even modern logos. But to truly understand it, we must remember its origins, not as a mere monster, but as a sacred, complex spirit. It was a creator, a destroyer, a protector, and a warrior. It was the embodiment of the storm's raw power and the promise of the life-giving rain that followed. The Thunderbird is a testament to the human imagination's ability to find meaning, spirit, and narrative in the awesome power of the natural world. It's a story that reminds us that for thousands of years, when people looked to the heavens, they saw a spirit awakening. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the heart of the storm. If you were captivated by the story of the Thunderbird, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the world's greatest myths and legends. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss an adventure. We'll see you in the next video.